Hey guys, Scott here with a small ranty type video. Oh, first thing, let me make a lot of people very happy. Oh, there you go. Better? All right. Um, so I'm not going to be playing Killer as much, or really at all, for the next probably couple of weeks for a couple of what seem like very minor reasons, but they're actually just draining the fun out of playing Killer so hard. Um, the first one is the new map. I find the new map to be absolutely terrible. It's everything that's like wrong with Haddonfield, with having a survivor be right next to you, but you can't touch them for a very long time because you have to go all the way around something. It's basically Haddonfield fences, except the entire map is that. We told this to the devs for a long time, and they just said, no, it's fine. So when people figure out what Object of Obsession does on that map, good luck. It will be the most hated killer map in the entire game. So good fucking luck with that. I'm happy people have not discovered it really yet, but when it becomes widespread, that map is just pure hell. And unfortunately, because it's a new killer, I get that map basically every map. So I'm not saying like I'm quitting killer for like, that's it, I'm good. I'm just saying like, for a week or two, I'm just gonna dial it back until at least that map portion is gone. Because oh man, I hate that new map. It is not fun. It's not even fun for survivors either, because it's all just like shitty. Like there's like 2 safe pallets on the map, and every other pallet is just really bad and unsafe. Just a very disorienting map. They somehow managed to make a map that's just bad for both sides, and it's just my opinion on it. But I think it's really bad, and I think as a killer, if you go against a survivor team that just has Object with Obsession, you will understand how incredibly bad the map is to play on. And so yeah, I think a map is bad for everybody, even Survivor, but doubly so as Killer, because it's just really frustrating. It's not even hard to win on it. It's just frustrating. That's all I care about is the frustration. So there's that. That'll be keeping me away for a little while. Pyramid Head himself, I don't find to be very exciting to play. I actually find him very very janky to play. Like his whole movement, his rotation when he's doing his thing, it's just very, I don't know. It's hard to put it into words. It just feels ugh. I don't know. I just don't like that like janky slow movement. You can't look up or down. I don't know. It just doesn't feel very good. Also, his gameplay is just like Deathslinger, but worse, basically, where he just basically zones for free with his power. It's just not very engaging gameplay to me. I've liked basically all the killers they've come out with recently, but Pyramid Head, I don't know. He just feels very clunky to play, and I don't know. It's just he's just very very low interactivity. He's just kind of ugh. So the new killer, I'm not excited about. The new map sucks ass, and probably the most important thing is sounds are probably the most broken they've ever been in the history of this game, which is impressive considering this game's history with broken sounds. So now there's been that bug where slugs have not made any sound on the ground. That's still not fixed. They said they fixed it, but it's not fixed. There's also the bug where survivors just randomly gain Iron Will for some reason. That still happens as well. And now on top of that, Iron Will, this is something I didn't know. Iron Will has been broken basically forever. Iron Will removes all breathing sound effects too for some reason. So if survivors standing still, they just make no sound whatsoever. They're supposed to still make breathing sounds, but they actually make no sound whatsoever. So I didn't know that. Iron Will's been broken basically for years. So there's that. But again, that's been in the game, whatever, we've dealt with it. But now survivors also just make no footsteps. There are no footstep sounds on the majority of maps now. There's a couple of exceptions like swamp maps, because like the sloshing ground sound effect is like unique, so that's fine. But most map survivors just have no footsteps for some reason at all. Like here, I'll show you a clip where I'll be an inch away from somebody and there are no footsteps. I'm just trying to listen. None. 0 footsteps. Listen. There's nothing. There are 0 footsteps. Just listen. There's just nothing. There's just no sound. This bill is literally emitting not a single sound effect. Listen. There's nothing. No breathing, no injured sounds, no footsteps. So there's that. And so they're not breathing. They're not making injured sounds. Even sometimes they don't even need Iron Will. Sometimes it just happens. But if they do have Iron Will, They're not breathing. They're not making injured sounds, and now they're not making footsteps, meaning survivors emit 0 sound effects. There is no more audio for survivors anymore, and that makes tracking just a fucking nightmare. On top of that, just icing on the cake. Why the hell not? Now, for some reason, when you fall, you don't make that huh sound effect anymore. And also, when you hit the ground, you don't make the oomph sound effect. And also, when you hit the ground, you don't make a impact sound on the terrain you're landing on. So here's an example of you just making no sound when you're falling. Ugh. Yeah, you just don't make sounds anymore. Allow me to use my stealth landing. Survivors basically get Iron Wool for free. They get balanced landing for free without the speed burst, obviously. So there is no falling sound. There's no injured sounds. There's no footsteps. There's no breathing. So survivors just have no sound effects anymore if they have Iron Will or they get the bug where they make no sound. And fuck that. I'm just not playing killer without sound. I don't think people realize how important sound is to killer. Maybe it's like a thing you realize like when you, I don't know, when you play more or something like that because you pay attention to things. Well, I don't know, but sound is equally as important to sight in this game, in my opinion. And we basically have one of our senses just gone. Not even like muffled a bit. Oh yeah, there's the whole audio occlusion thing, which has still been broken. You can be above a generator, not hear it because you're on a slightly separate floor. And that's not how sound works at all. So there's that. There's just so many terrible audio bugs right now, and we know it's going to take them months to fix this. So all that combined with the fact that I find the new content not to be very good, which sucks because I think all the other content they've been coming out with has been actually really good. Yeah, I'll be probably staying away from killer for a little bit because I just find it just too frustrating right now. It's not even that killers are weak or underpowered or anything like that. It's not a measure of balance. It's just bugs and frustration that I just don't want to deal with. I want to play the game to have fun. It's the only reason to play this game. It's not a super competitive, sweaty game. So if you're not having fun, then what the hell are you doing? So I'm gonna be playing mostly Survivor, trying dumbass quests like the Metal of Man quest. I'm still trying to do the thing where I do a CJ tech and then any means necessary and then stun them again. That I've been trying that shit for 4 months. So I'll still make it fun. But I know people probably prefer me playing killer, but I'd rather have fun with Survivor than be pissed off the entire time playing killer. So at least for the next couple of weeks, mostly Survivor. And then I'm sure the map will get out of rotation, and then hopefully they'll fix the sound bugs, and we'll be back to normal. But just want to let you guys know for now. That is my mini rant. Thank you for watching, and see you when I see you. That's not my exit phrase. See you next time. There we go.